Good morning, everybody.
Good morning!
I'm Beth Tillman, the President and CEO of the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and it's a great honor to welcome you to the 9/11 Memorial Plaza at 11. Runs like the one that you just took part in today. They're an opportunity for the public to dedicate themselves to something bigger than themselves. Over the 50th anniversary, we've been able to reflect on the values. The emphasis is at the heart of that story, and your willingness to serve makes a tremendous difference to people today, to people in the past, and to people tomorrow. Anniversary of 9/11. For those who lived through that day, there's no way to forget. And U.S. Special Forces personnel, Chaplain Under.
To remember a September morning, cries of the desperate. It's hard to believe. 25 years have passed and speak to us your eternal truths, that you are intimately when it is our turn to respond.
Never forget.
Here at this site where all over the world almost 25 years ago, many of you here that I'm looking at right now, you didn't just watch the news and then go about your day. You watched the news, put on your uniform, and ran to the side of the American soldier, sailor, Coast Guardsmen, and airmen in faraway places as our teammates. So we are so thankful for all of our partners and allies who are here today. We, as the United States Marines, are so happy to be joined by all the different services here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an extreme honor to be here. And with my remarks, I'm just going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about a Marine. Patrick J. Patty Brown enlisted in the Marine Corps at age 17, coming out of this proud city, New York City. He served 2 combat tours in Vietnam as a tunnel rat, navigating tight, dark, underground enemy networks. He rose to the rank of sergeant, a rank that in the United States Marine Corps we revere because our NCOs lead the way. But after he finished his 4 years, like many other Marines throughout our proud 250-year history, he decided to transition from serving his country overseas to serving his community at home. He came back here to New York, and in 1973, he joined the New York Fire Patrol. By 1977, he earned his way onto the fire department of New York, who we see throughout this plaza. And by 2000, he rose to the rank of captain and took command of Ladder Company 3, the 3 truck. A year later, on 9/11, he showed up for the shift change at 8 a.m. When the first tower hit right behind you, 46 minutes later, the night shift never left. And so he loaded up 11 firefighters, riding heavy, and came right behind you to the North Tower. And he made it up to the 35th floor, right behind you. And when he was up there on the 35th floor, he found a working telephone. And he radioed to dispatch. We are still heading up. We are still heading up, is what he said. When the South Tower collapsed, the firefighters were ordered to evacuate the North Tower behind you. By then he had made it to the 44th floor. And he found another working telephone, and he radioed to dispatch and said, "I am the officer of Ladder Company 3. I refuse the order. I am on the 44th floor, and we have too many burned people here. I am not leaving them. This is a man who entirely internalized the ethos of our United States Marine Corps. Semper Fidelis, always faithful. It's a phrase that's easy for me to say here on this beautiful day, surrounded by friends new and old. But it's one that your United States Marine Corps, alongside our partners and allies, have exemplified for the last 2.5 centuries. And nowhere was it more perfectly exemplified than on that day, almost 25 years ago. 44 floors above and behind you. Patty's watch ended on 9/11. On a ferry from Staten Island to Manhattan, a young New Yorker from the Bronx named Wilfredo was on his way to school when he saw that first plane hit. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps at age 18, and now Master Sergeant Wilfredo Ballesteros is here with us today. He was the one who called cadence on our way into the 9/11 Plaza, so you're probably familiar with his voice. You see, we arrived here with a few hundred other great sailors and Marines on the USS Arlington, one of the U.S. Navy's 3 9/11 memorial ships, to ensure that others could live. Man, places like the 9/11 Memorial, they are animated by the same spirit that led Patty Brown up at least 44 floors, and the same love of their fellow American that prevented him from coming down. This is the Marine ethos, and it is inseparable from the American ethos. Our Marine Corps core values, honor, courage, and commitment are only possible for us to reinforce because American mothers, fathers, teachers, mentors, community members, and friends raised them in American community with those same values. And in this moment, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the last 250 years and look forward to a great next 250 years, we know that as long as we continue to raise great Americans like Patty Brown, and as long as we continue to raise Marines and other service members at the same caliber as those young men and women that you see in front of you, then our trajectory as a nation is fixed. We are still heading up. Let's now pause for a moment to remember all those that we lost that day.